Not to be dramatic, but concealer is the bane of my existence. It is. As a makeup artist of nearly 20 years, my mature clients would always tell me how after I used concealer on them, they felt like they looked more wrinkly and older. And I'm gonna be honest, for about 10 of those 20 years, I didn't get it. I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. Why would you choose to have dark circles over wearing concealer? I didn't get it. I didn't get it until I did. We all eventually end up getting it, don't we? Concealer is thick in order to cover up darkness, but thick things and texture, they don't always get along, okay? Your wrinkles just end up looking more wrinkly. So for the next 5 days, I am on a mission to test the best rated concealers from drugstore to luxury to see which one sits best right after application, in the studio lighting, in natural lighting, how you would see it, and 8 hours later. Come on this journey with me. It's about to start right now. Day one, here we go. So we're gonna be starting with Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. The highlights of this product, this is matte finish. It's best for dry, combo, and normal skin, which is interesting because I have very oily skin, but because I have so much texture under my eyes, it really works really well for my textured under eyes. It doesn't dry up and cake up and make my eyes look super old. It's long wearing, it's good for dark circles, and offers full coverage. It also won the Allure 2022 Best of Beauty Award. And it really does go on like butter. It has such a beautiful consistency. It just glides on the skin so beautifully. Whenever I do concealer under the eyes, 99.9% of the time, I use this brush. This is Beauty A506. Let's zoom in. This is how my under eyes look immediately after application without setting. Now I'm going to a birthday party today. It's my friend's birthday party. It's actually a Y2K themed birthday party. I'm very excited about it. But because I have such a long day, I'm gonna fully set my entire face. So I am setting with the Huda Beauty Baby Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the color Banana Bread. This powder is so amazing. It makes my face look instantly filtered, doesn't it? It is like an oily person's best friend. Now to set under the eyes, because we don't want to over dry under the eyes, I'm actually going to use this brush. This is Beauty N14. I'm gonna swirl some of that powder on my hand. I'm gonna look up and smooth out any creases, because if you put powder when you already have creases, your creases will be set like that. So smooth out your creases, and then you can push the powder by stippling under the eyes. Okay, now I'm just gonna do some contouring and some highlighting, finishing off the face, and I'll show you what the under eyes look like after all of that. This is how my under eyes look when the makeup is complete. So immediately after this, I realized that I forgot to take a thumbnail photo for my travel essentials video that is already on the channel now in the future, since this is going live after that video. So I changed out of my gray bodysuit into the bodysuit that I wore in that video, went back into the studio, took those thumbnail shots, edited those thumbnail shots, and then sent them to my thumbnail designer to then design the thumbnail. After all of that, I realized that I forgot to take the after shot in natural light. This is how my brain works on a daily basis. About an hour later, this is how my under eyes looked in natural light unfiltered. 8 hours later, right before heading off to the Y2K birthday party, this is how my under eyes looked in studio lighting. Throughout the night, as you can see, it started looking a little dry actually, and emphasizing some fine lines. It's looking a little dry, isn't it?
A little dry. I would say it's the worst, but like, it could be better. There could be a little more moisture.
But at that point, let's be real, I really couldn't care less, because I was transported back into the early 2000s when I had no fine lines, and clearly I was just living my best life. Before we move on to concealer day 2, I just want to let you guys know that lines and texture under my eyes is my biggest skincare concern and issue. It's an issue that I share about a lot here on the channel. I've made a lot of videos about it, and it's something that makes me really self-conscious in real life. Honestly, it does. It's just that thing. We all have our thing. That's my thing. So I am very excited to have Nira sponsor a part of today's video, because this beauty device, this guy, is one that I use regularly. I'm very committed to this device. So before I started regularly using the Nira Pro, my under eyes were way worse than they are now. And you can actually see it in this clip here from a video that I did a little while ago. I have seen so much improvement after I started using this, and that is because this laser works by promoting collagen production, which can then help firm and tighten the skin around the eyes, making the eyes look more youthful, right? Since I'm pretty young still, I don't want to go into the more invasive surgical routes. I am just not interested in that at all right now. I've looked into getting PRP, I've looked into like a bunch of things, and I'm just not interested in that right now. This is a really great non-invasive option to help improve the appearance of the skin around the eyes of my skin right from home. So something that's pretty amazing about this device is that it is 200 times more powerful than LED, and we already love LED up in here, right? I love LED. This is even more powerful than that, which is incredible. And it uses the same laser chip as professional dermatology systems, which means it delivers clinical grade results. So on the website, you will see here that there is the Nira precision laser that has a small tip, which is great for targeting the areas around the eyes and the mouth. But you can also get the Pro laser with the larger tip, and that's great for targeting the full face, right? Fine lines and wrinkles on the full face, the neck, the chest, even the backs of the hands. Both of these lasers are available separately, but you can get the whole package as a bundle, and that's the package that I have. So if you struggle like I do with those fine lines or with crepiness right around the eyes, or even if you have mild to moderate under eye puffiness, which is just due to aging, I highly recommend getting this. And now is the perfect time to do it because there is a 20% off sale during Black Friday. So don't miss it, you guys. This really is an awesome holiday gift idea for a loved one or just for yourself because you deserve it. So I will leave all of that information for you in the description box below, as I always do. On to day 2, Westman Atelier Vital Skincare Concealer. I hope this is a good one for today because these under eyes are tired. Product highlights for this guy. So this is good for dark circles. It's hydrating. It's clean at Sephora. I know that's important to a lot of you guys. There's a natural finish and it's non-comedogenic. This is a buildable coverage under eye concealer clinically shown to reduce the look of dark circles, featuring serum strength skincare to hydrate, visibly brighten, and soothe. Medium coverage, so this is not as full as the Lancome. Natural finish, liquid formula. We're keeping the placement the exact same for all the concealers so we can test them fairly. Upon first impression, this is actually going on like a dream. Really, really pretty consistency. Zoom on in, get nice and close to my face. Something that's really nice about this is it offers a pretty decent amount of coverage, but it doesn't feel super heavy and cakey at all. We'll have to see how this wears throughout the day because for it to beat Lancome, because I really, really love that concealer, it's gonna be tough, but we'll have to see. So let's just set it now. This is how my concealer looks immediately after application in studio lighting. This is how my concealer looks in natural lighting. Today was a typical Saturday for me. I snuggled my bunny named Pom Pom, who just happens to also be the love of my life. And then her and I went to tidy up my bedroom as we do every morning. And that's when I was hit with a moment of inspiration. And that inspiration was to give my bedroom a complete and total makeover from my Bedroom Ideas Pinterest board. But before that, I decided to take a nap with my son. And then after that, I decided to take a nap by myself because I never go out and I was dead. Once I somewhat recovered, I dragged my entire family with me against their will to the mall and bought a whole new sheet set. Look, isn't this the right color from the Pinterest inspiration?
Hello!
What do you think? Good? On my way home and with a car full of boys, welcome to my life, I did a little natural light check-in. Do you guys think my concealer looks good?
Yes.
Do you think my concealer looks good?
It looks amazing. I can't believe it's lasted all day. And through it now.
Through it now. Then I spent the next hour changing and ironing my bedroom set only to realize that there was so much more work to be done here and this makeover was definitely not complete. It's gonna get so much better than this. Just keep watching. Day 3, here we go. This is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This has a non-cakey finish with a lightweight feel. It's not made specifically for under the eyes. It's a concealer for the whole entire face. And the way that they say to use it is to apply 1 pump of Bear With Me Concealer Serum to the skin using a blending brush, Apply 2 pumps on problem areas like dark circles, acne, blemishes, redness, irritation for medium coverage. So I guess what they're saying is this is more of a light coverage. With more product, you can build it up to a medium. The only thing with that is there's no way you need 2 pumps under your eyes. That's like an outrageous amount of concealer. But let's get started with it and we'll see how it applies and how it lasts throughout the day. This is such a great drugstore concealer. Even if you look at it before it's blended, it's so creamy. It's so illuminating without being drying or cakey. And I don't find that it's a light coverage, you know? They say that you apply 2 pumps for medium coverage. I think that this is more on the full coverage side, but it's just not cakey, which is really nice. It's not overly thick. Okay, let's set everything. This is how the NYX concealer looks immediately after application in studio lighting. And this is how the concealer looks in natural lighting. So right after this, I went live on my friend Justin Hickok's channel to debunk some hair myths, and then it was back to Project Pinterest Bedroom. I wanted my bedroom to feel really warm and comfortable right when you walk in. So we needed to integrate some deeper colors like deeper browns and richer greens. And we definitely needed a lot of greenery in order to get that earthy vibe. I actually had a real money tree in my bedroom for a while, but it wasn't doing well since we don't get a lot of natural light in that room. So I decided to just fill up the room with faux plants instead. They look great. There's not as much guesswork and you don't have to care for them. So it's a win-win. By the way, this is how my concealer looked a couple of hours later in natural light. When I got back home, I brought all of my decor upstairs and immediately started setting everything up. Look how much better things are starting to look now with some deeper green and brown accent pieces like the pillows and the throw, and then the addition of the greenery. It always baffles me how something as simple as a pillow and a plant can change the feeling of a room completely. Of course, Ollie had to do a little comfy check, and it passed with flying colors.
You're so cute! Wow. Is it comfy?
You're comfy. I love it.
Hey, views.
Hi, viewers. This is how my concealer looks 8 hours after application. Day 4. Okay, day 4, we are doing Haus Labs. I was a huge fan of this concealer. When I bought this concealer, I was instantly impressed, absolutely loved it. Talked about it in multiple videos before. I love this concealer. Since then, I've tried so many different concealers. It's kind of been at the bottom of my drawer, but I'm very excited to see how this is gonna compare to the other one. It's hydrating. It's good for acne and blemishes. It's clean at Sephora. It's good for dark circles. It's a community favorite, and it's Allure 2024 Best of Beauty Award winner. I love those. I love the Best of Beauty Award winners. And that's 2024, which is now. So very good. Long-wearing, non-comedogenic concealer that visibly blurs, brightens, and conceals with medium buildable coverage that depuffs after 2 weeks of daily use. So it is a medium coverage with a natural finish, and it's a liquid formula, obviously. The thing with this concealer that's so nice is it just has such a creamy consistency. I love it, but we'll see how it lasts for the whole entire day compared to its other very competitive, very good brothers and sisters. Right? Let's see. This is how it looks immediately after application in studio lighting. And this is how the concealer looks in natural lighting. This day wasn't that eventful, to be honest, because on Mondays, all I do is write scripts, edit videos, talk to my YouTube team, and I wear my sweatpants all day. I also cook, I clean the kitchen, get ready for the week, and I open PR packages and test products with my son, who loves doing that with me.
This much?
That's okay. This is how my concealer looked 8 hours later. Day 5. Okay, today we're gonna be doing Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. When this first launched on the market, everyone was obsessed with it. It was all over social media. You couldn't scroll Instagram without seeing like 10 reels about this. People were highlighting with it. They were contouring with it. They were brightening with everything that was happening on the face was happening with this concealer. So we have to see if it's actually that good, right? So let's read what makes this special. Makes the eye area appear radiant and refreshed in no time. Get up to 12 hours of moisturizing wear for crease resistant coverage and a sponge tip applicator. Instant Eraser is vegan, non-comedogenic, and formulated without mineral oil, parabens, or talc. This is everything. I have to admit that I do really love the sponge tip applicator. I find it really easy to work with. My first impression of this concealer ages ago when I got it. You guys can see how much of it I've used. I've used so much of it. Was really positive. I actually found it to be quite an amazing drugstore concealer, sitting at a fantastic price point. The higher end concealers are just so much more money, and that's why I wanted to do this video, because I wanted to show what it looks like right after you apply it, what it looks like a few hours later, what it looks like in natural light. Because if you can spend less than $20 on a concealer, or you're spending like $60 on a concealer, is it worth it? You know, is there enough of a difference other than beautiful packaging to make it worth it? And that is what we are gonna answer today. So zoom right in and take a look at it before setting. Let me set, finish up the makeup, and then we can have a closer look. This is how my concealer looked immediately after in studio lighting. And this is how the concealer looks in natural lighting. This is how my concealer looks 8 hours after application. My bedroom project this week has taken up way too much of my time. The most annoying thing is that I chose a lot of wicker accents, but Pom Pom is obsessed with chewing on wicker, so she's already ruined some parts of the room. So her and I are gonna have a talk about which room she is allowed in now, and she's not gonna be happy about it. I will show you the finished room, but first let's rank our concealers. We are gonna rank these elementary school styles, A, B, C, D, E. Day one, Lancome. I love how it looks right away. It was my day-to-day concealer for the last several weeks, several months actually. But what I didn't notice is that it dries out my under eyes after several hours. And I noticed that especially when comparing it to the other ones. It was for sure the most drying of the bunch, so I'm ranking it in the E category. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's going in the E category. She was dry. She was dry. What can I say? Westman Atelier. It looked amazing right after application. It looked amazing in natural light. It looked amazing 8 hours later. It offered enough coverage while not caking up and not drying out throughout the day. So I'm gonna be placing that guy in the B category just because she's expensive. She's really expensive. So we're just gonna knock her down to the B category. If she was more affordable, she would for sure be an A. NYX, it went on really well and looked great at first, but I did find that at the end of the day, it started settling into those pesky little fine lines and emphasizing them quite a bit. It really did. At the end of the day, it really did emphasize some of those lines. So we're putting it into the D category. Haus Labs, again, looked amazing right off the gate. It has a silicone texture that just blurs so beautifully on textured skin. It's the perfect texture for textured skin, and it wears super well, which again is so crucial. That one gets, drum roll please, the A spot. I loved it back then when I first tried it, and I still love it now. I still love it now, especially when comparing it to other concealers. And finally, Maybelline. I love the sponge tip applicator. I love the creamy formula, and I love how light and breathable it is. It doesn't cover my dark circles completely because it's on the lower coverage side. I must say, when I wear this, I do still see some dark circles, but with that said, it does wear very, very well. So we're putting Maybelline into the C spot. If you have mild to moderate dark circles with lines, you have a lot of texture, but you don't have too much darkness, this may actually be the drugstore concealer of your dreams. Actually, it may be the concealer of your dreams, not just drugstore. And finally, the big room reveal. I can't even believe how such small changes improve the overall ambiance and just the feeling of this entire room. Thanks so much for going on this journey with me this week, you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are about my room and about the concealers in the comment section below. This video's over.